Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 262.
We woke up this morning here in our 2-bedroom villa at Copper Creek and got ready for the day, and then made our way over to Club Level so that we could enjoy breakfast there. We had breakfast with our friends before they headed off to the park. They have an okay breakfast here at Wilderness Lodge. It's not a huge variety of options, but enough to fill you before going to the park for the day. They have several different types of meats and cheeses. They have boiled eggs, which I really enjoy in the morning. They have several different types of pastries, from cinnamon rolls to muffins. They have oatmeal, which Robert really enjoys, and all the toppings you can put on top of it. Several different types of cereal and lots of fruit as well.
And of course that Nespresso machine to give you a little bit of a jolt to get going in the morning or in the middle of the day or in the evening. Whatever you need, it's there for you, and I take full advantage of that while we're up here. I did have a website we were working on and trying to get launched in the next few days, so I decided to stay up here in Club Level and work, and Alyssa said she would stay with me, which was really nice. Had nothing to do with the fact that there's unlimited food here. She just wanted to spend time with me while I was working.
Yes, that is definitely why I stayed. It had nothing to do with the cast members who are there that I love so much, or all the food that I love so much. It's fine. It was completely him.
I know.
While we were up there, we were talking to the cast members because we love visiting them while we're here. And one of them realized we never got our chocolates, which is basically the little gift they give to anyone staying Club Level. Well, originally we weren't staying Club Level, so of course they didn't have it in our room. They're like, you guys have to have chocolates, that's part of it. So we did take it, but we didn't eat it. We gave it to our friends because we've actually had these many, many times. Fun fact, they're really great for s'mores. In case you're wondering, in case that's a question, they're really awesome. As the morning continued on, I actually saw out the window that it looked like a huge storm was coming, a really big one. I was like, that really stinks. There were a couple activities we wanted to do today. So I headed down to talk to the cast members down there and see if they knew if they'd do the activities or if they'd bring them inside. Specifically bingo, because we love playing bingo, especially on Disney Cruise Line. And so here at Disney World, if we can play it, we really want to. But they normally have it at Geyser Point, which is completely open air. If it's storming outside, I'm not sure they're actually gonna do it. So I wanted to know if they would bring it indoors and still play it. They said they were hoping they could do it, but they will only do it at Geyser Point. That's the only place they can do it. I was like, okay, well, let's hope that the weather clears up by then. It is later this afternoon, so I was really hoping for the best because we'd love to play bingo later.
I was up in the lounge working, and they did bring out the lunchtime, middle of the day snacks that they have. They had those pinwheels with ham and cheese once again, as well as all the other normal snacks like the trail mix that you can make, some of the pastries they bring out, a few little cupcakes, that kind of thing. Just little stuff to kind of munch on. And I was aiming to finish my work in time to go down to bingo if the rain that was getting ready to come through passes. And it did start pouring down rain as we kind of thought it was going to, but it was one of those storms that moved really quickly through, and it did stop raining in time for us to go to bingo. So we went down to Geyser Point and we signed up for bingo. It didn't cost anything, which was awesome, because when we're on the cruise ship and play bingo, it actually costs money. This one's free, and they have these really cool bingo cards where you can slide to cover the numbers, and then when you're done, you just slide the middle one back and it opens all of them up again. It was really neat. So we were playing bingo and they said, okay, we're going to do like 4 rounds of bingo, and we have real prizes. It's not just like, oh, congratulations, you won. You actually get a real prize, which is awesome.
The first round was just normal bingo, 5 in a row, the middle counts. I was 1 away, but didn't make it, so that's fine. We still have 3 more rounds to go, and it's just a lot of fun playing anyway. The second round was X marks the spot, which is really, really tough to play, and I do not like this one at all because it's so difficult to think, okay, I have to make an X, nothing else, because I want to mark all of them. That's just who I am. If you call the number, I want to mark it so I know I did it right. Neither of us won that one, so that's okay. We got 2 more to go. The next one was probably my favorite. This one was a frame all the way around, and this round took forever. The cast member was shocked that no one called bingo. So the frame has to go all the way around, meet all 4 corners, so none of the middle counts, but nobody called bingo. It just kept going and going, to the point we filled in every single blank on our bingo card except one that was on the edge. It was basically blackout bingo, which is crazy. Finally, someone called bingo, and they had almost blackout on their card as well. because just nobody was able to get bingo with this. So for the final round, they actually just did 5 in a row. I think because the other round took so long, they couldn't be creative anymore because they do have a time they have to stop. And so we just did 5 in a row, and Robert won. So we did win a prize. It's always fun to play, but it's more fun when you win.
Yeah, we're here to play, but we're here to win. So I was really happy about that. No idea what the prize was going to be. They had some certificates up there. It turns out the one they had for me was a free Mickey tie-dye t-shirt, which I gave to Alyssa to do later because she loves tie-dye.
Once bingo was over, we had about an hour till dinner started, so it's basically the next thing we're waiting on. So we went back to the room and we got our laptops and went up to the lounge because we really like working up here. It's actually a great place for us to focus and get a lot done in a short amount of time, which is awesome. The Wi-Fi works really well, which we also appreciate. So we worked for that hour until it was time for dinner, and as soon as dinner started, we were there because tonight they have shrimp, which I love, and they also have ribs, which Robert loves.
We didn't even bother taking pictures of all the food here tonight. We've taken pictures a lot of the food here at Club Level Wilderness Lodge, and we just kind of wanted to focus on eating and not so much taking pictures because we were hungry. So we ate our dinner and then headed back down to the room. We were kind of in a hurry because we wanted to do laundry. We do have laundry in the room. We've actually had it in several of these rooms, but we still let it kind of build up so we can do it all at once instead of trying to wash it as we go, because we have our dirty laundry suitcase and then we have our clean laundry suitcase. So it was getting pretty full. So we washed laundry and worked on that until it was time for dessert, and we knew we had just enough time to wash and dry the load between when we finished our dinner and when dessert started. So as soon as we finished with our laundry, we headed back up to Club Level for the dessert. And tonight I was very excited to find that they had one of our favorite cobblers, the mixed berry cobbler that is so good. And they also had the jars of s'mores, which I know are not real s'mores, Alyssa would say, but they're really good.
They also had some cookies and cupcakes as well, but we didn't even try any of those because when you have the mixed berry cobbler and the s'mores, I don't eat those, but Robert does, then that's literally all we eat when we're here. Once we were done with dessert, we headed downstairs to the boat. We are taking the boat over to Magic Kingdom, and the one thing we wanted to do was go see the princesses because we had heard that they put in those photo boxes there, and we wanted to see how the photo boxes work. We've yet to have them ourselves for any pictures. My dad had them with Chewbacca, but we didn't go in there, so we didn't experience that. So we wanted to experience what it's like to take pictures with a photo box. We walked in to see Elena of Avalor first, and there were no photo boxes. There were places where it looks like they'll eventually put them, but it was completely empty. There's nothing there. So we did have an actual photographer there. So we got some pictures with Elena, and then I walked over and took pictures with Cinderella as well, got several with her. She really liked my scarf because it actually has a glass slipper on it. It's actually a princess scarf, so there's several little things like Aurora's tiara. So I was pointing that out to her. So then we went to the next princess hall to see which princesses were there and if the photo boxes were there. And same thing, they had clearly started to build it but had not finished it, so there were no photo boxes there. We did have a photographer, so I took pictures with Rapunzel, got several with her, and then I took pictures with Tiana as well and got to chat with her for a few minutes.
When we left the princesses, it was almost time for the fireworks, so we headed around over towards Main Street, but we actually stopped on the bridge between Tomorrowland and Main Street USA because we wanted to watch from the bridge over the water and get a different angle on the fireworks tonight. And it was really cool. We had a great view and a totally different angle on the projections. You can see a lot of different projections over on the side than you see up on the front, which was kind of cool. We enjoyed the show, taking a ton of pictures, and I had a picture that I really wanted to try and take. It wasn't here, it was somewhere else in the park, so I wanted to go over there and see if I could get the right angle on it. I didn't even know if it would be physically possible to get this picture, so I went over and used my phone to take a ton of test pictures and see if I could get what I want so that I can come back another time with my camera. And it didn't work at all. So I just said, okay, well, that was a great idea, but it's just not physically possible, so we'll skip that picture. But on the way over there, I did notice something different. The sign for Tomorrowland, which is pretty new, they've just installed it recently, is now lit up. A couple days ago, we took a picture of it and it was dark. It wasn't lit up at all. Now it's lit up, and I thought that was kind of cool. So as soon as the fireworks ended, I went over to Tomorrowland and got a quick picture of the new sign all lit up, and it looks so much better when it's lit up than it did when it was dark. We followed the mass of people as they left the park, and we were trying to get out to the boat to Wilderness Lodge and get back before they finished off the dessert service, because we wanted to get one more s'mores jar, and I wanted to get a decaf coffee, because I was really just wanting like a little bit more coffee tonight. I may have a problem. That's okay. So we're waiting in line. The boat comes. We get on the boat. and we just kind of sat there for a minute, and then we left and we had to stop because there was a ferry crossing and there was another ferry crossing. It's like, we're not gonna actually make it. We're gonna be like 2 minutes late by the time we get docked, get all the way up to the resort, and then get all the way up to the top floor. There's no way we're gonna make it in time. But Wilderness Lodge has something that no other resort has for club level. You can text them anytime you need anything and they will do their best to help you. So I said, you know what, let's give it a shot. I texted the number for the club concierge. I said, is there any way you could set aside one little s'mores jar and a cup of coffee from the Nespresso machine? I'll be up there like 5 minutes late at the most, but we're on the boat and it's just taking forever. I know you guys have to break everything down, so I don't want you to have to wait or anything, but if you could set those aside, that would be awesome. And they said, definitely just swing by the concierge desk. If no one's there, they'll be sitting there waiting for you. Sure enough, when I got up there, they had already gone home for the night. There was still a cast member cleaning up the club lounge, so I said thank you to them, and I grabbed my coffee and s'mores jar off the desk. Took a picture of the coffee on the way out by the club level gate because that was kind of a fun thing. I've never done that before, but it worked out really well because now I get coffee and s'mores to end my night. We headed down to our room and our friends had just gotten back from the park they were at. We chatted with them for a little while and then that was the end of our day today. So we'll see you tomorrow
For our year with the ears.